So when someone says they're pushing your buttons, they're really just stimulating old energies that were put in your system from the past. And when it comes to the surface, it feels unpleasant. So you sort of conflate the current scenario that you're feeling with the previous stuff in the past. But if you remove the old stuff, then every scenario that you come to is basically a new experience with a blank slate.
Hello and welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Rest and Recharge. Um, I'm Laura Durstein. This is my husband, Tim, if we haven't met. It's nice to see all of you here tonight and keeping me on track with meditation. I appreciate it. This was started back in October of 2019 when I had just learned pranic healing and learned this Twin Hearts meditation from Dr. No. And I sensed and felt what a difference it was making. I just needed to be more consistent and stay on track with it. So I needed meditation buddies. And so it started off just going to his office once a month to help keep everyone on track. And so I could spread the joy and the love by other people learning it from him. So he was so kind to do that. And then the meditation continued once pandemic hit and it switched to Zoom and we've been going every other Tuesday ever since. So thank you for coming. Thank you for keeping me on track. And by all means, if there's anyone you think would want to try it or could benefit from it, they're always welcome. You just share the email or the link and bring them along. So I appreciate you and the team for keeping this going and Dr. No. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. And so the most important thing is that she, like she said, she twisted my arm and made me stay after work to do all these meditations. But in the long run, in the bigger picture, it is very helpful for everyone. We just kept on seeing benefits. People would say that they could handle stress better, they could handle um, interacting with people better, uh, that their work wasn't as involved, and they had at least some semblance of more peace in their life. And so we decided to continue doing them because of that. And everything that we talk about here was I learned from Master Choka Sui, the founder of Pranic Healing. And if it wasn't for his teachings, the way he explained things, I'd probably be still getting triggered and stressed out and angry and all these other things that, it doesn't happen. It still happens sometimes, but it doesn't happen like it used to, like on a daily or weekly basis before pranic healing. So that's a good thing, since I probably don't want to raise my blood pressure. Um, so the reason I've stayed with pranic healing for, what is it, 20 plus years, 22 years or something now, is because the easy explanation on how Master Cho explained everything was that it just made sense, even if I couldn't feel, see, hear, or perceive energy of any sort. Once I understood the mechanism of what was going on, at least I could continue doing a process, and that would allow me to see results. And when you get continued results over time, then you start having confidence in the process. And so the reason why we hold this meditation group is, even if you couldn't hold, even if you couldn't meditate, everyone says they have trouble meditating. At least you know the process, why we do it, how it works, and the end result. If you keep up with it, then over time you get to see some improvement. And like Laura's husband, Tim, we always joke how well, joke, it was just reality. He would shift and move and be really fidgety during meditation. And then after like 3 months, he was the most still out of everyone, almost. Um, so we can see the benefits even though we don't necessarily perceive or experience the energy in real time. And so that's why we continue doing this, more or less, so that people can continue experiencing its benefits. And as Laura says, she has her workout buddies to keep her going. Now, one of the most important things why we do this meditation is to not prevent, but to allow us to really acclimate or have more resilience as we go through everyday life in day-to-day things. Because you never know what can trigger you or what can upset you or what random thing pops up, and that can have an effect on your energy system. And then if your energy system's affected, then your health gets affected, your ability to interact with people and have relationships, or your job or your finances, all those things get affected, simply because your energy system's affected. And so if you have ways to keep your energy system strong, then you find that you can achieve what you want to achieve, do what you want to do, and be more resilient in everyday life, even though everyone else around you might be chaotically going, you know, doing whatever. And so, one of the biggest things I learned in early on in pranic healing, if meditation twin hearts is part of some of the pranic healing classes, in one of our higher level classes called pranic psychotherapy, you actually learn about when someone says, "I'm pushing your buttons." If you read the email, sometimes I don't know what the team writes, and so then I get surprised. So what they sent out was about pushing your buttons today. So the when you get your buttons pushed, it's actually fascinating because Master Choa, when he explained it, we say it all the time. What's the term? Pushing buttons and something else? Is there another term for that?
Poking the bear.
Maybe not. I don't know if it's poking there or pulling your strings or something. I don't remember. Something like that. But it's actually the when someone pushes your buttons, they're actually stimulating your chakras, right? So I don't know if you guys are aware about that. Each of your chakras, let's give someone arms because that would make a human, for the most part. So we have chakras or energy centers on parts of your body, and a few of them, like the one between your eyebrows and the one on your throat, the one on your chest, the one in your center of your just underneath your breastbone, especially these two right here, this one and this one, and this one, these two or these three, those deal more with your thoughts and emotions. So this is the one here that does a lot of the stress, and that's right underneath your breastbone. So it deals with a lot of stress, anger, frustration, whatever we have to take antacids for at times. And the one here, this deals with happier emotions like joy and peace and happiness, forgiveness, compassion, mercy. And the one above that, right at your Adam's apple, is your thinking one of your thinking ones. There's also the one right here that sort of does your thinking as well. But in the bigger, when we acquire knowledge, that's what this one does right here. So when someone pushes your buttons, they're basically stimulating any of these energy centers, and something within you basically comes out. We'll say. So, as Laura just said, if you're poking the bear gets angry. If someone is taking a stick and pushing your chakra with it, and say, "Hey, you don't look very good. This dress makes you look whatever," or "You don't have your car is a junker." I don't know. So they're poking your bear, and then the chakra goes from being all happy to being somewhat angry, and then gets a little more stimulated on top of that. Okay. So that's sort of like when someone says, "I'm pushing your buttons," they're stimulating you to create a response because that's what the other person wants, right? When you poke the bear, I mean, it's literally bothering a sleeping animal or bothering a sleeping situation to create a little excitement. That's why people like movies, right? Because there's ups and downs. You never have a movie that is like, if this is happy up here and this is sad down here. You never have a movie that's just straight like this or straight like this, right? You have to have the movie that goes like this, like this, like this, a little bit here, and then eventually it goes down here, and then the return of the situation comes, and then everyone's happy in the end if it's a good movie. Although occasionally you do have those movies that are like like this, everything looks good, then all of a sudden it like hits this part, and then you're like, what did I just watch? And it's like the most horrible thing ever because it just left you off as a roller coaster. And that makes sense, right? Because it literally poked the bear and then sent the bear off a cliff or something. I don't know. That's the situation. So anyway, the whole point of that is they want to, instead of watching a movie, they want drama in their life. And so, or they just happen to say something and you get stimulated by it. And the most of the time we get angry at at someone else and we like point the finger at them and saying it's like your fault. But recently I was having a discussion with someone, and then they also said a different perspective is sometimes there's people in life that poke our poke our bear more or less, and to let us know what is still inside of us that can get triggered. Now, we can't control all these other people, right, in the world. That's supposed to be a group of people, not a cell with stuff in it. Okay. So I took biology in college and medical. So that's what the first thing that appeared to me. Anyway, so say those are people, and it's easy to say change this person or do that, but most likely they're not going to change. The reality, the biggest, if there's one thing you can accept in life, you can't change anybody, but you can change your response to other people. So instead of getting angry, you could have a different perspective or not engage. The ideal thing is not to engage, because if you engage with someone that is not so great, for example, say all these people are like this, you are in a temporary happy mood. The second you engage with that people or group of people, your energy starts mixing. And then before you know it, your energy system starts getting really junky. And then you're not happy and you're triggered and you're upset. And then you carry this around with you for the rest of the day or however many weeks. And then it's no fun. So to break that cycle, if you could, the easiest thing would be to disengage. Now, since most of us can't disengage, then the second thing is to monitor why it caused a problem in us in the first place. And so if you look deeper enough and you understand energy, this is why understanding energy makes life better, is because once you just see it as energy, then it instantly becomes less stabbing, we'll say. Okay. Because then you just see it as like, oh, this is just energy and it really doesn't have much substance. The second you understand that, it's not as impactful for the system. And then it's easily, once you understand energy, you can also just disintegrate it and remove it. Okay. That's what we teach in our other classes. But even the meditation we do does that to a certain degree, which is why if you keep up with the meditation that we do on a regular basis here, then it also allows you to not let these things accumulate. And this is why a lot of people over time say, oh, I feel a lot better. I feel different. I'm not as reactive. Even myself, I used to get, I think one time even one person cut me off in line and they said they could see like all this red and anger behind my eyes. Of over time, as I was doing the meditation, those things didn't even phase me or bother me, right? Someone did something and like, whatever. Okay. So as you clean yourself out, you'll find that initially you get poked and you just turn red and there's all this stuff in you. And on top of it, that brings to the surface all this old energetic stuff, whether it's accumulation from childhood or trauma or experiences or memories or other stuff that were unpleasant. When the energy center gets big, it brings them all to the surface. However, if you go back to your normal day life and it shrinks again, then you might not notice it and it's subconscious again. So when the situation happens again, it gets big, it brings up memories, you respond, there's all these things that pop up. Then you react and you get angry and you turn this situation. However, if you can clean these out, then over time, you'll notice that even though you might initially feel angry or you might feel this, you don't remember, it's not as biting. And then this shrinks down faster and then you become less reactive. That's the goal. When you do this on a regular basis, eventually this just turns into more just like loving energy and you feel sorry that these people are acting a certain way and that they'll learn on their own kind of thing. And so it stimulates a different thing, which stimulates your heart center. So once it makes that transition, it moves from this lower energy center here to the heart center here. And then you become a lot more patient, tolerant, understanding, loving, and are able to see things from multiple perspectives. Plus, this is an energy center, the heart center that we talked about of inner peace. And so that's one of the strategies or ways to start developing inner peace. So the energy initially started here. But as you transform yourself, get rid of those old things in your energy system, you'll find that naturally, without forcing yourself, the energy transfers from there to a higher frequency. And then before you know it, you just, if people are doing something, you're just like, um, you're just like, whatever. They can do whatever they want and you don't care. Okay. So that's part of the goal. And eventually you go beyond that I don't care situation and then you just feel sorry for them and you eventually want to help or talk with people. So that's sort of the progression that happens as you clean out your system. So when someone says they're pushing your buttons, they're really just stimulating old energies that were put in your system from the past. And when it comes to the surface, it feels unpleasant. So you sort of conflate the current scenario that you're feeling with the previous stuff in the past. But if you remove the old stuff, then every scenario that you come to is basically a new experience with a blank slate. Okay. So that's the overall goal as you do this meditation and some of the other energetic techniques. But as you understand energy, you don't have to suffer through life going through, oh, this person, I'm going to this situation, this person's there, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. You just either avoid the situation and you okay and don't feel guilty about it. Or when you go there, you're just like, this is how they are. I know I can't change them. I'm just going to change how I react to them. And hopefully things become better. Now, if you want a bonus, at the end of Meditation Twin Hearts, when you bless people, you also bless or send energy, good energy to the people that you don't like. It transforms their energy, and so then it prevents them from dumping on you. You'll notice that they dump on you less, and either the situation that was bad goes neutral or neutral to improved, or they just don't interact with you anymore. They just sort of like disappear from your life. It's because the frequencies of the energy changed, and since you've learned your lesson, we'll say in quotations, you're no longer attracting that type of energy or frequency, and so they don't need to be in your life anymore. So if you really want to not interact with someone, change the energy inside you so you don't attract those things anymore, and then you'll notice that these people start falling off. Personal example, I used to console a lot of people, like friends or other people or even some random people at times, and they just keep on coming up to me and they like tell me all their woes in life and they just dump it on me. This was before I really understood energy. And then over time, as I was doing all this stuff, I noticed people stopped coming up to talk about all the woes of their life and stop dumping on me. I didn't get sucked into 2 to 4 hour long conversations anymore. And so it just didn't attract those scenarios and situations. And yeah, so that's just one of the personal experiences I've had over the years as I kept on doing those meditations. Now, the meditation Twin Hearts that you do tonight is a fast track way to stimulate, instead of having to go through the suffering of someone pushing your button and then bringing it up and not reacting to all that stuff. The Twin Hearts meditation that we do today is a fast track way of doing that because you automatically already stimulate one of the two heart, well, both of the hearts. So it's called Twin Hearts because you have your personal love center, the personal heart, and then you have the crown center, which is the universal love. So the heart center is the one that stimulates subconsciously patience and tolerance and understanding, love, compassion, mercy, and joy. And then the crown center is the more universal component of that. You can extend this to people you don't even know, or causes, or animals, or plants, etc., that you personally don't know. And so if someone, this is family, friends, and loved ones, this is someone, say, on the other side of the world that experienced a natural disaster and you feel sorry for them. The When those two are stimulated, it actually regulates the other energy centers that were whose buttons were being pushed. Okay, so then you once again become more resilient. So this allows you to be more flexible and adaptable and to scenarios and situations. And there's a lot more, we'll say, cushion for you to be poked on. So if you were getting poked before, you had a very thin cushion, right? It would instantly affect you. But once you do Twin Hearts and the energy around you is more, we'll say, thicker in quotations, it takes a lot more for someone to get in. And so, and that's only if you even let them. You'll notice that the duration or the time period that it takes you to get upset increases over time if you're doing this regularly. It'll take a lot of something to get you going. Okay. So to do the meditation 21 hearts, you be aware of your heart. You're going to think of someone that you love, and then you're going to raise your hand in what we call blessing position. You just keep your hands at chest level with your palms facing forward, and then you send pinkish light or loving energy to that person. Okay. And then you be aware of the crown on top of your head. And then you are going to project golden light to the entire earth or that person initially. And then you're going to be aware of both your heart and your crown simultaneously and project golden light to the earth to further connect these two and enhance their qualities. And that's the secret, because it allows, once you stimulate these two together, it allows the effects to be more longer lasting and eventually more permanent, right? Many of us can just think of a happy event in our life, but then it just shrinks right back down to where we were. When you do this on a regular basis, it's longer lasting, more permanent, and there's cumulative progression. From there, you're going to put your hands down. You're going to be aware of a flame on top of your head, and you're also going to listen to the mantra Om or Om for to enhance the stillness and the energy and the resilience over time. It raises your frequency. You'll be silent for a few minutes. You'll come back. You're going to raise your hands again in the blessing position, and you're going to release any excess energy you can't handle. Remember, as I said before, this is the time to send loving energy to all the people you even don't like, okay? Because it changes their energy, then changes their interaction with you. From there, you'll bless Mother Earth, give thanks, and then we'll be done, okay? And you know this works just because a lot of people that do this meditation, a lot of animals that were riled up around you, they calm down and like sleep around your feet or sleep in the room. So, or they come closer. So you know that's the effect of the energy. Or in case of some people, they sit on top of your head, like I saw the Bird in Cities video. So, anyway, the whole point is, as you pull out those energies from other people, you attract the energies you want, and it's a lot harder for the energies that you don't want, unless you allow them to affect you. Okay. Now, if you have any conditions like high blood pressure, kidney problems, heart problems, glaucoma, or anything like that, we just ask you not to be aware of the point of light and do the Om on top of the head. It can initially be too much energy. And then if you're pregnant and you've never done the meditation as well, then, we just ask not to do that because it could affect the baby. Okay. If you feel any discomfort at all, just open your eyes during the meditation. All right. So just sit comfortably. Try not to put your back against a chair. That will allow you to, we don't want to compress your back energy channels. Okay. It'll make the meditation over time uncomfortable. So just sit up straight, close your eyes. Go ahead and inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Exhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Exhale. Hold. Inhale one more time. Hold. And exhale. And hold. Now just breathe normally. Let's quickly invoke for divine blessings. You can pray to whoever you like. To the universal supreme being, thank you for your divine guidance, your love, your compassion, mercy. Thank you for inner peace, joy, and happiness, divine guidance, and divine protection. To all spiritual teachers of all traditions, all the Gregory ones, holy gurus, master saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, personally, the Master Choka Tsui, Lord Bakshu, Meiling, and the higher beings, thank you all for the priceless blessings and divine protection. In full face, be a thank you. Now, gently be aware of your heart. Imagine someone that you love sitting in front of you. And just smile at them and just let them know how much you care for them, how much they mean to you, that you're so grateful that they are a part of your life. See them smiling back and saying thank you. And then also listen to them as they tell you how much they care for you, how much you mean to them, and that they're so grateful that they can experience life together, the joys and the happinesses and all the experiences and memories. Be aware of your heart and just see your heart glowing, starting to glow with a pinkish light. And go ahead and raise your hands in a blessing position with your palms facing forward at chest level. And imagine that pinkish light from your heart going to your hands and going to that person or people in front of you. And just fill them all with just a light pink haze of light. Say thank you to them, just appreciate them, be grateful, and just fill and surround that person with this pink light and see getting brighter and brighter. And as they disappear in this brilliant light, you just see them smiling and saying thank you. Now, in their place with that same loving feeling, imagine the earth as a small ball and just share that same love you had for that person, share it with the earth in front of you. Just be aware of your heart, be aware of your hands. Fill the entire earth with this pinkish light. We use the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi, a universal prayer, to send blessings to the earth. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Just fill the earth and all its people, all its inhabitants, with love, with compassion and understanding, with peace and joy. Just see areas that are undergoing conflict, relationships that are undergoing tension. Just see these people, these situations resolving themselves, and bless all the individuals, all the parties involved with understanding, tolerance, patience, forgiveness, mercy, and compassion. See people that are also been hurt. Bless them with forgiveness. Bless their relationships with reconciliation. See people letting go of any pain, sorrow, suffering, and moving forward in their life. Let's be aware of your heart, be aware of your hands, and just fill the earth with pinkish light. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's darkness, light. Sadness, joy. Just bless the entire earth with hope and faith, especially those people that are going through difficult times. May they be blessed with the support and nurturing they need to move forward. Anyone that is sad or depressed, may they be blessed with joy and with happiness and with light. May they be blessed with the knowledge, the opportunities to move forward and overcome their difficulties. Just fill the entire earth and all these people with pinkish light. May they all be blessed with this hope, with faith, with this loving energy. It's getting brighter and brighter. It's enveloping the entire earth and all its people. You just see the entire earth, all situations calming down. With peace filling the area, people getting along, people being more understanding and tolerant, even if they have different perspectives and points of view. And fill the entire earth with this pinkish light, with this loving energy. Now gently be aware of your heart, inhale. Be aware of your crown, exhale. Once again, be aware of your heart, inhale. Be aware of your crown, exhale. See your crown glowing with golden light. The entire top of your head is glowing with this golden light. This golden light is going down to your hands to the earth in front of you, filling the earth with this golden light. From the heart of God, let the entire earth, every single person, every being be blessed with loving kindness, with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Bless the entire earth and all its people with goodwill and the will to do good. This means not only are people thinking about or talking about helping others, but seeing people actually taking action to help those people in need. Maybe they are helping to volunteer at a shelter or feeding the homeless. Maybe they're supporting or counseling a friend or family member, or donating or tithing to charities. See people taking action. This is what it means to have the will to do good. Let's fill the earth with this golden light. Now be aware of your heart and your crown simultaneously. See them filling with golden light. It's going to your hands and going to the earth. The earth is getting brighter and brighter. From the center of the heart of God, let the entire earth, every single person, every being, without exception, may they all be blessed with divine love and kindness. May they be blessed with divine sweetness, divine joy, with warmness, tenderness, and caringness, with inner healing, inner beauty, divine bliss, and divine oneness with all. Just fill the earth with golden light. It's getting brighter and brighter. You can just see the core of the earth getting bright. It's radiating out from the center of the earth out to the surface of the earth, surrounding the earth, and going into the space around the earth, as if you're looking at a mini golden sun. Just be your heart and your crown, your hands, and fill the earth with golden light. Blessings be to all. May they all be relieved of their pain, sorrow, suffering, or sickness. May they have the inner strength to let go and move forward. Now gently lower your hands, palms up on your lap. Just imagine a small golden candle flame above your crown. Allow yourself, your consciousness to raise higher and higher. Get closer to the flame, closer, closer, and allow yourself to enter the flame. And feel yourself surrounded by this peace and stillness and calmness. And as you're aware of this flame, just listen to the mantra Om. Allow yourself to enter the flame and be surrounded by this golden light as you're aware of this Om. Om. Just be aware of the stillness. Allow yourself to merge with this light surrounding you. May each sound you hear drops you further, deeper and deeper into the stillness. Just let yourself go, let things be. Om. Allow yourself to go higher and higher into this light, deeper and deeper into the stillness, into the bliss. Om. Gently come back to your body. Move your fingers, move your toes. Allow yourself to come back now. And raise your hands in that blessing position at chest level with your palms facing forward. Imagine your family, friends, and loved ones in front of you. May they all be blessed with good health, happiness, prosperity, spirituality, and abundance. May they all be blessed with a better life, ability to move forward. May they be blessed with the ability to overcome any obstacles or difficulties. Imagine your job, career, finances. Bless these all with tremendous success, abundance, and prosperity. Fill it with golden light. Imagine the entire earth and all its people. Let the entire earth and all its people be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. May they be blessed with happiness and joy, peace, calmness, and stillness, with stability, order, and progress, spirituality, and abundance. May they all be blessed with good health, happiness, prosperity, spirituality, and abundance. So be it. Now imagine the people that you may or may not get along with on a regular basis and just bless them all with golden light. And may they all be blessed with good health, with happiness, joy, peace, calmness, and stillness. May they all be blessed with the ability to improve their life and move forward. Those blessings be to all these people. Now, aim your hands down. Be aware of the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet. Imagine golden light going out, going down, down, down deep, about 10 feet underneath you, just filling the entire earth underneath you with golden light. Mother Earth may be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. May you be blessed with good air, good water, and good earth. May you be rejuvenated, regenerated, and completely revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. Okay, we'll give thanks to the Universal Supreme Being. Thank you for your priceless blessings, your divine light, divine love, peace, joy, and happiness, divine guidance and divine protection to all spiritual teachers of all traditions, to all the great ones, holy gurus, master saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally to Master Choka Tsui, Lord Malkuja Mei Ling, and the higher beings, thank you for your divine guidance, divine protection, and for this opportunity to be a service to ourselves and others in full faith. So be it. Thank you. Okay, so hopefully, the meditation was able to help you, and in those 14 minutes, you're able to stimulate more of this energy center, so that you don't get as stimulated with the one down below it, depending on the situation. So you don't want that to happen. Okay, so that's the biggest thing to remember. If someone's pushing your buttons, then just make sure to check yourself first, and then do these, just do these techniques that we offer you, because I mean, believe it or not, they actually do work, at least from our experience. So they're simple, and you can do them in everyday life. So just try to remember that, as you change yourself, you change. That's how you change other people without changing them, if that makes sense, because they'll respond to you differently. And so as you change your energy, that's how you start changing your life. Okay. So once you understand most things are energy, it makes things a lot simpler and a lot easier. And even though you still are a human, uh, you can navigate that aspect a little better. Okay.